What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva, and this is for my ladies. This is my podcast where amazing things happen and we get to talk, discuss, and celebrate real women of color. This is for my ladies is just for you. This podcast is a place where I get to highlight not only my life dreams and goals, but yours too. I believe I was called to create a platform for myself to express not only my thoughts, but those of other women that's unfiltered and untamed. I plan to talk and discuss topics that interest me and other women. I want my audience to be engaged and aware. So any topics, email them to me at tishadediva@gmail.com. What's up, y'all? It's Tisha the Diva. Y'all already know what time it is. This is for my ladies. Welcome to This is for my ladies, Season 3, Talk 30 to Me, Episode 50. Whoop, whoop. I already told Rick he gonna have to insert some applause there because this is my 50th episode, y'all. 50. 50. I've been doing 50 episodes. However, I have taken, a couple breaks and a little hiatus here, a hiatus there during the year. I would have already been, surpassed my 50th episode. However, we are here. The time is now, y'all. So this is for my ladies is celebrating its 50th episode today. Shout out to the people that is in my Facebook Live. It is Wear Your Pajamas to Work Day. Well, at least I made it Wear Your Pajamas to Work Day because, hey, guess what? I'm at work right now recording my podcast for you, my listeners, drinking a hot toddy out of my This is for my ladies mug. Got a little whiskey. Got my money, hey, and I got my whiskey. Hey, y'all, what's up? All right, so y'all have tuned in to This is for my ladies live on my Facebook. So anyway, ladies, it is December. It is December, y'all. We have made it to the 12th month of the year 2019, okay? So this is, what's up, Max? How you doing, girl? I hope South Carolina is treating you swell, okay? But anyway, so it is December 2019. What we have come approached end of a decade. The end of a decade? Wow, we have approached the end of a decade. Y'all, I have seen a decade. Well, I'm 30, so how many decades have I seen? I've seen 3 decades, y'all. So, what's up? So, anyway, y'all, 2019, I've been through some shit in 2019, y'all. Like, I feel like I'm going to have to do a part 1 and part 2 just to let y'all know, like, all the shit that I've been through, okay? Like, this 2019 has had its ups and it had its downs. I can say that it has, I can't say that it has been all bad because I have had some amazing moments in 2019. Like the start of 2019, January 2019, my sister gave birth to my niece, Miss Sailor Rain. Hey, say, Auntie love you, girl. Auntie do this for y'all, for you and Taj, and for the next generation. So when I become rich, I'll be that rich auntie, to just show up with all the gifts and y'all on my private jet and we go on vacations and all of that stuff or whatever. But anyway, January 3rd, 2019, Sailor was born. February, my nephew turned 1. February was also kind of I would definitely say, a little bit of a breaking point in my life. Me and one of my girlfriends, she and I had a falling out in February. And, that was definitely like the end of our friendship. So, I lost friends in 2019. March usually is always that turnaround for me. That 3rd month, March, is usually always my turnaround time. Usually because For the most part, I would get an income tax check, but I ain't get one this March, y'all. I'm telling y'all, the worst thing happened. You know what? I ain't about to even say what happened, but it had to do with some income tax money, and I ain't gonna say it because what is it? I don't want to. What's the word? Um, I can't think of the word right now, but I don't want to get myself into no trouble by saying what had happened. But it is what it is, and things happen or whatever. So March is usually always my turnaround time where things start looking up. If for the past months and everything, if it wasn't, hey mom, hey sissy, how y'all doing? Max is watching, Latasha. Let's see. My sister, my mom. So anyway, so March turnaround time, April, January, March, April. So April was definitely a very, very trying time for me because that is the month where, my mom went blind, and that was extremely tough for me. I was dealing with a lot at that time. Just trying to stay positive, not only for my sanity, but also stay positive, like for my mom, stay positive for my family. If some of you all remember, hi guys. So if some of y'all remember, my mom being in the hospital, being completely blind, not being able to see, not blind blind. I believe she was in the hospital for 18 or 22 days. But I know she was in room 222, but she was in the hospital for 18 or 22 days. And just really trying to make sure that we continue to keep traditions alive, like having your mom go blind, not having kids and all that stuff or whatever. It was so scary for me. And it was a lot for me to deal with. And, it was just hard, just again trying to stay strong and, people really not knowing what to say. And, some people also questioning, like, how could this even happen to me? Because I had just, was in the process of getting a traffic light installed, like in January 7th, 2019. That's when they laid the conduit for the traffic light. That's when they went underground and was putting up wires and all that stuff to get the traffic light installed. So, for people to hear that my mom had went blind and the success of the traffic light, people was just like, well, bad things can really happen to good people. Bad things can happen even when you are doing great stuff. But let me tell y'all, we are not immune from anything. Anything can happen. Everything is always happening. That's why that Jhené Aiko Ways, Why Aren't You Smiling? WAYS is one of my favorite songs that really gets me through when I'm going through a lot. So, in April. What's up, Fifi? Shout out to my cousin Felicia and Lala that's up here. Shout out to Markel and Chris. Shout out to Chris. I met Chris at Hooters years ago. Shout out to Missy Lydia. Okay, you still slaying on weaves, girl. Okay, hey Selena. But anyway, y'all. So April was the inaugural year of Something in the Water. And if you weren't there, you don't, like, who misses the inaugural year of anything that comes to your city? Like, how dare you? You were doing yourself, a disservice by not even being out there. Y'all like, oh, I ain't going all out there. They be that college weekend, they gonna be fighting in the traffic and all of that stuff. Like, I really would, y'all missed it. You missed it. You missed it. Like, and that's your own fault. Like, okay, I'm gonna talk about it. Shoot, the inaugural year of Something in the Water, like Virginia's first music festival, and you missed that. But y'all be talking about how y'all want the AmFam Fest to come back. This is the closest that y'all about to get to AmFam Fest, okay? This is the closest that y'all about to get to AmFam Fest. But sissy, and that's okay. I was broke too, but hey, I scratched up them coins. I scratched up them coins to get it together so I could go out there. And I literally brought my ticket that Friday. I brought my ticket that Friday. I ended up paying just $150 for it. I did text the guy back, asked him, can I get half of my money back since he was getting half of his money back. And I just hit him up like a couple weeks ago, asking him again. Shoot, I want my money. But Something in the Water did a great thing, you all. They did a payment plan. You know, y'all know we in a society where we live off a little payment plan. You know, y'all will put y'all whole entire life on a payment plan if y'all can, okay? A teacher was approached by a lady and man today at Richard Bowling. What? At what? Stop playing. See, you know what? That's why I took my first self-defense class. I wish somebody would. I'm ready to hire. Like, I'm ready to. I learned some moves, y'all. So anyway, this is where my ladies will be hosting their first self-defense class, okay? We are going to hire. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. And we're going to take some target classes. We're going to learn how to shoot, y'all. We're going to know how to aim, okay? Straight dead in it. Boom, you're out. Can I buy a mug, though? Yes, you may. This is for my ladies. Merch will be available on TishaTheDiva.com. I have TishaTheDiva.com, and I've been paying for TishaTheDiva.com for almost 2 years, and I still ain't got nothing up. So in 2020, I ain't too proud to beg. I need help. I need help with a website. Shout out to my godmom, Lydia Bess Allen. I just asked her on Thanksgiving if she'll be my manager. So I officially have a manager, y'all. This is for my ladies. I am taking it on the road, okay? I had already connected. Shout out to Journey with This is 30 podcast. She and I will be collaborating on a podcast. Who knows? I could be in New Jersey within a couple of months doing a podcast. The This is 30 podcast. This is for my ladies, just combining because that's all it is about. 2020, I ain't too proud to beg. I need some help. That's one of my things. That's been one of my biggest issues is asking people for help. I do not like asking people for help, y'all. Like, I will literally go without because I don't like asking people for help. I really don't. Because when I don't like for people to throw anything in my face will be like, oh, she out there on the New York Fashion Week, but she owe me $250. Oh, she out there in Miami for her birthday, but she owe me $100. And so y'all knew I needed that goddamn money, and if you knew that you wanted it back, you shouldn't have let me borrow it. Shoot, people always talk about the goodness of their heart, and God put it on their heart, but you want your money back. God didn't want anything back but just for you to love Him and give your life to Christ. Okay, shoot, that's right, Rafifi. Okay, so anyway. That's what Dave Ramsey said. Dave Ramsey said, if you allow a person, well, I mean, in the Bible, it already say, the lender is a slave to the master. Like, if anybody, owes you anything, if you owe anybody anything, you basically are a slave to the lender. Somebody gave you something or whatever. However, Dave Ramsey said, if you want your money back, if you give somebody something and have all intentions of receiving it back, you should never give it out anyway, okay? Because there is a possibility that person may not give it back to you, and you still mad about that. You checking that person all on Instagram, all on Facebook, on trips, but you still worried about that little stinking, funky $50 that somebody owe you. You ain't getting that back. And what are your thoughts on dating and the fear of trafficking? Well, my thoughts on dating and my fear of trafficking, if you listen to some of my previous episodes of This Is For My Ladies, you'll understand that I feel that women need to protect themselves. Women really need to make sure that they are out here protecting themselves. That's why 2 weeks ago, I took my first self-defense class. I went to Hampton. Shout out to Brian Hobson in Hampton, Virginia. He has 2 locations. He has a location in Hampton, and he also has a location in Yorktown. I went online with the height of all the sex trafficking. I decided to look up some self defense classes. Well, the idea came to me to have my own self defense classes. However, I am a woman that likes to practice what she preach. Anybody that knows me, if I say that I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. So anyway, I went online, I searched some self defense classes, and I came across Brian Hobson, karate, and he was amazing. You all, he showed us some different techniques and how to defend ourselves. Like I said, so if you listen to my last episode, Friendsgiving, I talked about it up there. So just make sure you all check out my latest podcast episodes, because you'll know that I feel that women need to protect themselves. We are in the state of Virginia. If you're in the state of Virginia, and I don't know what your laws are wherever you are, if you live outside of Virginia, but Virginia is open carry. So if you qualify, you can go and purchase yourself a gun. You don't have to have it concealed, but you do have to apply for a concealed permit where you can put your gun and you can tuck it and you can hide it. Don't ask for it if you can't afford to give it back, point blank. I'm still gonna ask for it even if I can't pay it back. It just is what it is. Some things might just happen, but if I need it, that's why I don't ask for help. That's why I don't ask for help. But hey, I'm still ask if I really, really, really need it. But anyway, so yes, Virginia is an open carry state where you can have your gun, out, present, available, so people can see. But you would have to apply for a concealed license. But anyway, like I said, 2020, I will be putting together self defense classes. If you're up here and you're a woman, make sure you all come to my class. If you're my family and you love me, then you all would be there too, okay? But anyway, y'all, so April, May. May is usually always a busy month. But I think that's my best friend's birthdays. So I can't even remember May. May was a blur. Um I think May, that's when I had another falling out with the friend. Actually, this was like a more group friendship. I invited my girls, up here. And actually, I did invite them up here. And we talked about the upcoming trip. Shout out to Chris. Hey, Chris. I look like Queet. Queet look like me. I'm older. But anyway, so it is wear your pajamas to work day. Like I already said, I'm wearing my pajamas to work. My podcast is my job. Y'all know I want to do this, for the rest of my life. I want this to be my bread and butter, okay? So like I was saying on my last podcast, anybody, just to take a little break, you all, let me just cut my own self off. This is for my ladies that's streaming on 11 podcast platforms, okay? So you can listen to This Is For My Ladies wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, which is mine. But This Is For My Ladies, you can find it on Spotify, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitchers, Radio Public. It's on 11 podcasts. If you Google, love you too, Chris. If you Google Tisha the Diva or This Is For My Ladies podcast, y'all, I'm going to be there, okay? So just make sure y'all check it out. But anyway, so at the top of the year, or 2020, I will be opening up advertisements. So if you want to advertise and promote your company, your business, whatever it is, shout out to Say, my niece, who will be 11 months tomorrow. My sister is on my Facebook Live reminding me. So, but anyway, if you would like to promote your business or anything that it is on This Is For My Ladies, make sure you hit me up at tishadiva@gmail.com so we can get you some slots. We can get you, your stuff, so that This Is For My Ladies has reached over 4,000 listeners, y'all. 4,000. my podcast, This is for My Ladies, has reached over 4,000 listeners. So, therefore, you have the opportunity for 4,000 people. Oh, and I have listeners out there in Puerto Rico. Hey, Puerto Rico. Hey. So, anyway, This is for My Ladies. It's streaming everywhere, all over the world, all over the country, y'all. This is what I want to do. Y'all know I had my natal chart. How can people? So people can donate to This Is for My Ladies by, if you go through Anchor, you can put support this podcast. You can support This Is for My Ladies with as little as $9.99 a month. Y'all have gym memberships to Planet Fitness for $21.99. $11.99. Hey, y'all even got all this stuff that's coming. Put it to a good cause, okay? Put it to a great cause. Put it to This Is for My Ladies, all right? Because This Is for My Ladies is just for you. So anything that I do, again, I told you I'm a person that practice what I preach. Anybody that supports This Is for My Ladies, hey, I could have already paid for a whole self-defense class for y'all, and y'all could just show up. You get what I'm saying? And y'all see what I done did in the community. So hey, come on. It's not just I'm out here doing anything. I mean, of course, if y'all do support me and all of that stuff, I'm gonna pay a couple bills with it, because that's just what it is. Again, this is my job. But yes, y'all can support it. So, but anyway, y'all, so just let me know if y'all have a business or anything that it is that y'all would like, for me to, it is, add dollars and all that stuff. You do have to pay. But again, it's advertisement. It's just like the radio. If you have something that you want me to promote, let me know. We can talk about it, and, I'll let my listeners know. So anyway, May is around the time that I came up with season 3, Talk 30 to Me. I was, going into my 30s, basically putting old childish ways behind me. My 20s have been woo. I feel like the thing that I have worked on the most in my past decades was to emotional intelligence. I have a podcast called Emotional Intelligence, where I talked about basically all the things that used to trigger me, my triggers, things that used to have that would set me off, and I would just literally go off. But I'm still practicing to not be offended all the time, because little things offend me. I get offended so easily. So I am learning emotional intelligence to not be so offended, to not like I say all the time, to be expressive and not explosive, because I was explosive and not doing a good job at being expressive. So that was one of the biggest things that I can say that I have learned. But again, as I get older, I can't be all rah, rah, rah. There's a time and a place for it or whatever, but, I'm going to be rah, rah, rah if, you messing with my family, my money, or my man. But I don't have a man or anything. I'm very offended easily also. That's my sister. Oh, I've read your natal chart, and you're a Cancer rising. So, and mom is Cancer rising and a Cancer moon. So yeah, we just get offended easily. So, but I am working on not being so offended. Just, taking it as a grain of salt, allowing it to roll off my back. If it doesn't even really apply to me, whatever the person is saying, I'm not going to allow that to affect me, affect my mood or anything. So, and then I also have to, understand who is the messenger. Who is this person telling me this? Do they have their all way together? I was gonna cuss, but I'm on loud with my mama up here and all that stuff or whatever. But we just have to work on not being so offended all the time, and have to understand. My niece is a Capricorn. Chris, you bossy. Capricorns are bossy, but they are hard workers. And what I do know about Capricorns is that they have to have things in order. They can't focus on anything outside of, if if anything is, chaotic or anything, if they don't have things going on in their own life, they can't focus on anything outside of it. That's what I do know about Capricorns. They're very, very hardworking, and if they don't like you, they don't like you. So you might as well just leave them alone. Like, period. Like, that's what I do know about Capricorns. But so I'm just working on not being so offended. That's one of the things that I do have to work on. So again, that's still practicing emotional intelligence. Okay, so we have to understand that we must practice emotional intelligence and not allow people to ruffle our feathers, because some people would do it purposely because they know that that's our trigger. They know that that's what set us off. So we just have to be emotional intelligent and just be like, you know what? I see that you are trying to ruffle my feathers a little bit. And we have to speak to the people that are doing stuff to us that we know, that we know they're trying to get a reaction. I know you're trying to get a reaction out of me, but I'm not even about to let you. So we have to recognize that. So, anyway, May, emotional intelligence. June came. So again, me and my clique or whatever, we had a falling out with a friend. June was her wedding month, and I didn't go because my whole thing is like, if you kick us out of your wedding or you don't want us, like, I just didn't feel the need to show. I personally didn't feel the need to show up. But my other girlfriends did. I didn't. And I'm actually okay with that decision. Like, I'm really okay. And I know that by not showing up probably has put a serious strain on the relationship. But, when you decide to just kind of walk away without just really understanding, you made your choice. And, closure is a luxury. Closure is really, really a luxury. And you don't have to, you could tell a person, where they had you fucked up and still block them and still not talk to them. So that's probably, maybe how she felt about us. And that's absolutely okay. It's absolutely okay. You don't owe anybody. If you don't want to talk to nobody, if you don't want to deal with them, you can give them the luxury of telling them why you don't want to mess with them anymore, but you don't have to, because closure is a luxury. But anyway, I've been through some shit in 2019. But anyway, so you all, my 30th birthday, I celebrated in July. Talk 30 to me. Talk 30 to me. So being that I'm, went into my 30s with This Is For My Ladies, I was still wanting to come back and do my podcast, but I was just feeling so uninspired, you all. I was literally going through depression. And depression looks different on a lot of people, you all. Like, it really, really does. And I'm not claiming it because, again, but I was going through a place where, I just wasn't feeling myself. I wasn't feeling 100%. I still was feeling uninspired. I ended up going to Miami with my girlfriends for my 30th birthday. It was a good time. Of course, with any trip, you plan for, different stuff. Things happen. Um, Thank you, Chris. So things happen. As far as planning, maybe staying out too far, not getting a place that's close enough, and all of that stuff or whatever, or not having a legit itinerary and all that stuff. But overall, I'll be having my girlfriends coming back on This Is For My Ladies, for my last podcast of December, for us to talk about our trip to Miami and for us to talk about our New Year's resolutions and everything that we're gonna do. So, This Is For My Ladies I feel is a place, for motivation, for inspiration, for manifestation. There's so many things that I have talked about on this podcast that I have talked with other ladies who I've interviewed, over the years, who have talked about things and have went on to actually produce certain things. So, when you all listen to This Is For My Ladies, and thank you, Chris, I want you all to be inspired. I want you all to be motivated. I want you all to feel like you get everything that you need. That's why I make sure and I pride myself, and thank you for all the people who tell me that, oh, your podcast is so transparent. I'm going to give you the real. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to tell you the things that I go through. I'd rather for you all to hear it from me than to hear it from anybody else. Y'all know this, if y'all listen to This Is For My Ladies from the beginning, y'all know I have been giving y'all the real of the real. I've had people who came back to me years later to apologize to me, for their character, who, felt bad in how they treated me, to apologize. And I know that they apologize because they probably listened to This Is For My Ladies. So, it is what it is. And while I do definitely accept their apology, I talk about how for a long time, for years, I felt like that, my voice had, was silenced, but no more. No more. This voice is $1 million voice that's going to be out and it's going to be heard. Like my voice is going to be placed in the ears of the right person. I'm telling you, I'm out of here. Do you hear me? I'm out of here. But anyway, y'all, so July came, I, turned 30. I've been 30 for 5 months, y'all. I've been 30 for 5 months. Um, August, I was basically for all of August, July and August, once I got back from for my 30th birthday, I was grinding. When I tell y'all I was grinding because September, I went to New York Fashion Week 2019. And when I tell you, it was the time of my life. I spent 10 days in New York with my cousin. Shout out to my cousin, Nate Hinton. He is the founder, CEO, and owner of the Hinton Group. He doing it for the family, doing it for the legacy. That's how you do it. He has his own PR company, and he is the manager of, or the publicist of, Kirby Pierre Moss, who has done things with Reebok. You have seen, y'all, when I was in New York, I styled, I didn't style them, but I picked out their clothes. So I styled them, Carucci and Normani. I picked out their outfits that they wore to the Pierre Moss show. But anyway, I was in New York for 10 days. I was working. My days started between the hours of 5 and 8. Shout out to, if you listen to my podcast, shout out to my homegirl, Ashlyn, up in Brooklyn, New York, who opened up her home. I had booked my hotel 3 months in advance. When I found out that I was going to New York Fashion Week, a week later, they canceled my room and I had to find a place to go. So anyway, thank you to Ashley and her brother Brian for opening up their home and allowing me to stay there for 10 days. I felt that, the 10 days that I was there, I probably was the best house guest that anybody could have because I woke up, I went to work. I wasn't, I went to work for 10 days. So like I said, my days started between 5 and 8. I was not coming home until between the hours of 2 a.m. to 4 a.m. This New York, the city that never sleeps, I was taking public transportation. And when I tell you I was navigating New York like I was from there, you would have thought that I was born there. I was all over the place. And I'm very grounded. And I'm very rooted. So you could take me to any place in the world and I tell you like I'm going to navigate like I'm from there, like I've been there before. And now it only take me to go a place one time, and it's like I have like a photographic memory or something. This is for my ladies. But anyway, you all. So shout out to my cousin Nate Hinton. He actually was supposed to be on this episode, but again, he's a busy man. He is a busy man. He came in for Thanksgiving and he was out. So, it is what it is. But hey, that's my cousin. So he'll be here. He will definitely be here. So October, October was Halloween. I hosted Virgin Grooves Halloween party. November, we just celebrated Thanksgiving. And now we here. It has been a lot of things that has happened in 2019. A lot of in my own personal life, very some personal things that has happened to me that I'm dealing with. But it is what it is. I'm a very, very strong person. I'm a very strong individual. So it's things that I will get through. It's things that I will get through. It's things that I have gotten through. So, I'm not complaining. I'm grateful and I am so blessed that I am here, that I'm able to do my podcast, that I was able to find something that I'm passionate about, that I have been able to find my why. Like today, my why, everybody like, oh, yeah, I want to buy, my mom a house and all of that stuff. But, my why walking through my mom's house today, my why became so much greater. Like my why became so much greater dealing with my mother and, her losing her eyesight and all that stuff or whatever. Like my mom deserves a full functioning house. My mom deserves to have somebody to come and, help her tidy up and get organized. Somebody that like a cleaner, a maid. My mama deserve a maid. She deserved to get paid for laying in the shade with a glass of lemonade. My why? That's what my mom deserves. That's what I deserve. So I want to work hard to get my mother that, to allow her to have that. And, my why is just so much greater than me. That's why it's so important to understand your why. For going into 2020, know what your why is. When you know what your why is, you know how to thrive. Okay, know your why in order to thrive. Okay, know it. Because once you know what your why is, you know what you're working towards. You know what you're working for. You know how to control and manipulate your future. Granted, things are going to happen. Like I said earlier, you're not immune from anything. Things are going to happen, but you have to make sure that you know and understand your why. Yes, give me a maid. Yes, ma'am. You got it, girl. You got it. Okay? That's my mama. I'm talking to my mama. Shout out to my mom, y'all. She is my why. Okay? And that's why I will continue to do my podcast week after week. Yes, I will take breaks, because sometimes we just need that. We just need that mental break. We need that physical break. But we must continue. We must continue. We must continue to move forward. We must continue to just keep thriving, to keep going. It's going to be hard. Y'all, I went to the gym today. And I'm no stranger to the gym, but I've always hate working out. I've always hate working out. I like doing more cardio, more dancing and emphasizing. We dancing and emphasizing. Where I get that from, y'all? Girlfriends. Ha. But anyway, so I'm no stranger to the gym. But I know once I get in there, once I get disciplined, once I find my motivation, once I find my inspiration, I can get this weight. Like, I'm at my heaviest right now. Like, the last time I stepped on a scale, I was 150 pounds. This is my heaviest right now, and I don't like it. And people be like, oh, you look good. You don't need to lose no weight. This is my body, and I have to dwell in this vessel. And if it hurts when I have to bend over and tie my shoe or pick up something, and I feel like, that's not good. That don't look good. It don't feel good. That's not my best. My best is me between 125, 135. And I don't care what you say. That's just what I want to look like for my frame. And I don't care what nobody say. I like it. We all should look our best. We all deserve to feel and look our best, whatever your best is. I've been saying that since the beginning of time. Whatever your best is. If your best is looking like a crackhead, if you want to get skinny, get skinny. Get skinny. But just make sure that you're getting skinny in the most healthiest way, okay? But you know what weight looks good on your body. You know where finding your Zaya, guys. I watched Zeitgeist before. I don't know if you all watched Zeitgeist, but Zeitgeist is what changed my life. Okay, Zeitgeist is what literally opened me up to the spiritual world. You know, it literally blew my mind. But finding your Zeitgeist, I'm gonna have to look into that and find out what that means. But actual Zeitgeist was one of those movies that were documentaries that literally opened up my mind. It's just like in the Bible when they say like the scales fell off, when you and put that spit on his eye, that's how it was. The scales fell off, okay? But anyway, so I got in the gym today. Shout out to my best friend Jaleesa underscore optimistic beauty on Instagram underscore optimistic beauty. One of my best friends that she was on my podcast. So right now she's getting into body transformation. She's getting into the personal training, and I met with her today. It was hard, y'all. Like it was hard. It hurt. Like it was, I was hurting. Like I was ready to quit. I was ready to give up, but I'm not going to give up because I know what I want my body to look like. You know, I know exactly what I want my body. I know where I want to go. Like when I think about myself, I think about my finances. I think about my physical well-being, my inner well-being, my mental, just everything. I think about everything that involves me, that involves this flesh, that involves this vessel, everything that flows through me, everything that is in me. I think about all of that stuff. I think about what I should be putting into my body. I think about my diet. I think about how I spend my money. I think about how much I work. I think about trading time for wages. I think about all of that stuff. So because I think about it, I basically, have to make sure that I put a plan in place so that I'm eating right, a meal prep. I have to put a plan in place that I'm working out every day. I have to put a plan in place that I'm saving my money. I have to put a plan in place that I'm making sure that I actually enjoy the fruits of my labor. I put a plan in place that my podcast is the best podcast in the world, Craig. That's me manifesting. That's me speaking it into existence. That's me putting it out. I want my podcast to be on iHeartRadio, iHeart Podcast. I want to be accepting award for the best Black podcast there is. Pray for me, y'all. There go my aunt. That's why I said that, because my aunt came up here. Pray for me. Pray for my podcast. Pray for my voice. Pray for my listeners. Pray for their ears that they're able to receive it. And however you receive it. Because sometimes I do get a little explicit up here. Sometimes I do admit stuff that, it might be hard for, some people to digest. But that's okay. I'm going to regurgitate that anyway, because those are my experiences. That's what I have been through. And, I definitely want people to receive it. But I understand that some people may not receive, what it is that I say. I'm not for everybody. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. I'm not going to be everybody's cup of tea. And that's absolutely fine. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. That's okay. Some people like it strong brew. Some people like a light brew. Some people just like to dip they tea bag in just for a couple of seconds. Some people like hot toddies. That's what I'm drinking. But it is what it is. And that's why I just continue to pray for myself that God places me in the right direction, that God puts me in the path of the right people. But has he not been? Come on, like when I look at my life, I'm living my best life, okay? I have been living my best life. I have always been in the right place at the right time. God has always been ordaining my footsteps. God has always been using me, has always been speaking through me. That's why people love me the way they do. And that's why it's hard for some people to stomach how other people love me, but they try to project that on me. And I can't help that. Like what anybody else think of me ain't none of my business. That ain't none of my business. What anybody else think of me. I can't be worried about that. I have to continue to do what it is that I do. And that's preach the gospel, okay? I'm preaching God's word, okay? I'm preaching the gospel. gospel. All right? So, anyway, y'all, this is for my ladies. Make sure y'all stream, on 11 different platforms, wherever it is that you listen to This Is For My Ladies. If you support me, share this, like this, support me is only $9.99. All you have to do is download Anchor, download Google Podcasts, download iTunes, Apple Podcasts, wherever it is, search This Is For My Ladies podcast. Search Tisha the Diva. If you know anybody that makes logos, if you know anybody that builds websites or anything like that, send them my way. That's stuff that I need. That's how I elevate. That's how I go higher. And I want to go higher, you all. So if y'all know anybody, send them my way, okay? Website builders, app developers, logo creators, graphic artists, graphic designers. Hey, if you know somebody that sang a rap and somebody can sing me a new This Is For My Ladies intro or something, get Kitty P on the line. The news. Y'all remember that? Booker T. What? Come on now. Anyway, y'all, 'tis the season. We're going into, Christmas. We're going into New Year's. Start getting those New Year's resolutions together. Write them down. If y'all go back and listen to, my podcast during the new year, it talks about how to manifest what it is that you want to do. Write it down. Faith without works is dead, okay? We have to put action behind what it is that we pray for, okay? We have to put action behind it. If we say that we're going to do it, write down the steps and how to do it. Okay, I'm going to start working out. Okay, what are you going to work out on today? How long are you going to work out? Go and buy something for yourself. Good night, Max. I love you too, girl. When I'm down in South Carolina, I'm going to look you up. I know that's right, Evangelist Letitia. Okay, God got a calling on your life. I knew you were born. Yes, my auntie always speaking life into me. I love you, girl. God has always been using me. And sometimes, sometimes it might not come off in the way that other people can receive it, but hey, I don't care because God is always blessing me. And because God wake me up every day, God is blessing me. And even if I decide, and I'm not speaking that because God, I got a long, prosperous life. I want to live to be 600, 700, 800 like them people in the Bible. And some people be like, I don't want to live that long. I do. I want to see everything. I want to be like, I was here for that. I saw this. I saw that. I want to leave a legacy, okay? I do. Some people don't want to live that long. I know some people said they only want to live till they about 60. That's young. That is too young. I don't, no, ma'am. No, God. God is a woman. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, no Pam, no turkey, no ham. I want to be here for the long. I'm immortal, okay? But when I start talking like that, people be like, oh, there go that voodoo devil stuff. No. I am born of flesh, but I'm still immortal because I am of spirit, okay? So I'm going to live forever, all right? I'm here for a long time and a fun time, okay? Do you hear me now? But anyway, if y'all are just joining, this is Tisha the Diva. This is for my ladies. This is my podcast where I have over 4,000 listeners. If you want to become a supporter of This Is For My Ladies podcast, you can become a supporter with just $9.99. It's so much stuff that y'all be giving y'all money to. Like y'all don't be even utilizing it. I know y'all don't be going to the gym. But y'all get them y'all money. Y'all can be giving me that. Y'all can be supporting me. Y'all can be helping me. Shoot. I'm like one of them little kids. on them commercials that in the Heart of the Angels commercial. Help me with just $9.99. You could be a supporter of a podcaster. Okay? Help me out, y'all. Help me out. But anyway, y'all, I'm not going to keep y'all. I want to shout out to my brother because although this podcast will air on December 3rd, my brother's birthday, it is his Jordan year. He will be turning 23 on December 4th. So shout out to all my Sagittarius. Woo woo. Even if you Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius moon, that's if y'all into that stuff. Happy birthday. It's your season, okay? I heard that, Sagittarius season got a lot in store for Aries, Cancers, Virgos, and Geminis. So if y'all fall in those categories, we got some stuff in store for us, all right? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's good or bad, but I am claiming I am receiving the good. But I'm also taking the good with the bad because, anything can happen. Like Janae Aiko said, okay? Anything can happen. We're not immune, all right? We're not immune from anything. But anyway, y'all, make sure y'all get those New Year's resolutions. Not even New Year resolutions, because I don't call those resolutions. I call them lifestyle changes, okay? Lifestyle changes. We don't do resolutions. We do lifestyle changes, okay? That's what we're doing. So we're focusing on lifestyle changes. How are we going to better our lives? It's your livelihood. It's your finances. It's your body. It's your life. So how are we going to make sure that we manage our life and we are putting out the best things in life so that we can receive the best things, right? Because what is that? That's a law of attraction. What goes around comes around. What you put out, what you get back. What's the Murphy law? What goes up must come down. Is that the Murphy law, Red? You the professor. Well, no. But anyway, y'all, so this is for my ladies. Thank you for all tuning in. Thank you for those who have been riding with me for the beginning, y'all. This is my 50th episode. 50. 50. How many of y'all know people from the 757 that is consecutively doing these podcasts? It's some, and shit happens, y'all. But y'all already know what time it is. Y'all see me out here. Y'all see what I do. Y'all know I've been lit. I've been on. I always been the one. Cause I am. It's in me. It's in me. I be feeling like Muhammad Ali some days, I'm the one. Okay? So, and that's how y'all should be feeling. And don't be looking at me like, oh, yeah, no, you should be feeling that way too. And it's okay for you to feel that way. Because I'm going to feel that way, and ain't nobody about to stop me from feeling how I feel. Yes, I'm the shit. I'm the bomb. I'm all of that, even on my worst day. And it's okay. And people be like, oh, you need to be humble. You need to be. No. Because to be humble is to think modest and low of yourself. Ain't nothing wrong with being proud of yourself. And I'm proud of everything that I've do, everything that I've done, everything that I've been through, even the things that have came to shake me up, to make me feel, whatever. I'm even still proud of those moments because even in those low moments, I have been able to find the light and still shine through, So it is what it is. So, yeah. This is for my ladies. It's streaming on 11 platforms. If you have any topics, anything that you'd like to discuss, ladies, again, I cannot reiterate, I cannot stress it enough to be vigilant. There's a lot of things that's going on out here. There's a lot of people that are getting snatched up, that are, in the process of being abducted into some crazy type of sex trafficking, human trafficking, organ trafficking. So make sure you all take some self-defense classes. I'll be uploading, in the next couple of days or whatever, my videos of my self-defense class that I took out in Hampton. Make sure you get into it. Make sure you stay tuned for the self-defense class that I'll be putting together. Make sure you stay tuned for the target class that I'll be going together. We're going to go to the gun range. We're going to shoot some shit up. Okay? We need to make sure that we're protected out here. So anyway, y'all already know what time it is. Desire Dance class, 757 Dance, 176 South Rosemont Road. So Desire Dance is doing a Cyber Monday special where you can just pay $6 via Cash App. for your desired dance class, or again, it's gonna be $10 in cash, $12 for cash app. It is what it is, however you decide. The Cyber Monday special deal that I did take advantage of. So I got Tidal for 4 months for 99 cents. Shout out to Jay-Z and them. And Tidal for 99 cents. I also got Hulu for $1.99 for the next year. Netflix need to get with the program and get a Cyber Monday deal, okay? I'm trying to save all my coins this year, okay? Well, going forward, y'all. So anyway, take care of yourselves. Love on each other, love one another, support each other, okay? Make sure y'all go see Queen and Slim. I ain't seen it yet, but I probably go and see it tomorrow. So I'll have my update next week if I liked it or not or whatever. Y'all, when I tell you I'm a hard critic, stuff that people like, I sometimes don't like, but it is what it is. We okay. We are all individuals, and it's okay for me to not think like you, and you're not going to tell me how I should think or how I should feel about anything, okay? But anyway, I'm going to leave y'all with a little Yogi T note, okay? It says, when the dawn of simplicity comes in life, complications leave. I'm going to read that one more time. When the dawn of simplicity comes in life, complications leave, all right? So why aren't you smiling, all right? It's Tisha the Diva. This is for my ladies, and I am out.